crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when I'm next to you. You make me feel so crazy, my heart breaks for you. Can't help but know that I'm still in love with you. You make me feel so. I'm not a saint, you mad? Your sugar-coated doll is not so pure, my bad. I don't give a. You're stepping on me and they call my mama, touch you better than that. You're mad, I guess you're mad. Wore my best pajama for this drama. Why you talking like that, like that, like that? I'm not gonna spend the night, I'm talking. You got bad things on your mind, keep walking. Spit your words on someone else. Don't act like you're so obsessed with me, with me. You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry. Read my lips, you do not like that. You're drowning without me. Take it all back, but if you want my sympathy, honey, well come as a bitch, get ready for this. Tries my best, confess. You hate me wearing the pants. If you weren't so damn obsessed with making me a perfect lie. Makeup is out, naturals in, letting my skin glow out. You're taking shit if you don't like this. You still live in your man's world. I'm not gonna spend the night, I'm talking. You got bad things on your mind, keep walking. Spit your words on someone else. Don't act like you're so obsessed with me, with me. You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry. Read my lips, you do not like that. You're drowning without me. Take it all back, but if you want my sympathy, honey, well come as a bitch, get ready for this. Get ready for this. You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry. Read my lips, you do not like that. You're drowning without me. Take it all back, but if you want my sympathy, honey, well come as a bitch, get ready for this. Get ready for this.
Hi guys, how is everybody this morning? Hi Irma, hi Carl, hi Grateful, hi Sigma, hi Marion, hi Last Nerve, hi Pam, hi Amy, hi Gigi, hi Polly, hi Kiki, hi Tucker. Did I get to the end? I got to the end. You can't understand why she did what, Kiki? You guys are all ready to jump, huh? Okay, before we start, let me do the table topic. So today's table topic is, when is it too early to put up Christmas lights? Is it ever too early? Thank you, Sigma. You can't? Okay, I'll give you guys. I'll tell you what I think about the ER. So, I know a lot of people don't think she went to the ER. I definitely think she went to the ER, and here's why. Chantel is used to getting everything she wants. How many times have we said, No matter what she does, she comes out smelling like a rose, right? She got to Canada. There's a 2-year wait list for her to find a family doctor. She's not going to be able to lose the weight and change her health unless she has psychiatry, therapy, and a family doctor. None of which she has, and none of which she can get into now. So Chantel thought she would go to the ER and that it would like expedite all of that. You know, they would treat her, they'd give her what she needed for her diabetes, they would get her immediately into a doctor because of how her health is right now. I really think that she went because she thought that was going to expedite everything that she's been trying to do, because she screwed everything up for herself by being in Kuwait. I say, put the lights and leave them, change colors. I totally agree. That's why I said, now a Christmas tree, like we traditionally put it up the weekend after Thanksgiving, and we usually take it down before New Year's. Last year, my daughter begged to keep it up till New Year's. Hey, Nick. Yeah, that's truly what I think, Kiki, because she's not used to being told she has to wait. She's spoiled. So we have not, he won't put up lights except on a tree. Oh, see, I love lights. Hi, Jarella. I love Christmas lights. I could definitely have them up all year. Okay, so we haven't talked about any of this yet, but I want to start being a diabetic. I want to start with a little bit of education, because we know what Foodie is going to tell us. There's going to be excuses all the way across the board with Foodie, right? There always is. So I want real information to get out there, because diabetes can kill you. If left untreated, it can totally ruin all of your organs. You can go blind. Everybody's heard or knows somebody who had to have something amputated because of their diabetes. Yep, type 2 here too, Carlotta. So I want to just go over like symptoms and things like that. And read that this is from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, I believe it is. So it's a government website, so it's reputable. So diabetes symptoms. Let me pull this up. Okay. Entire screen. Audio. Okay. All right. So diabetes symptoms. Number one is you urinate or pee a lot, and often at night. You're really thirsty. Basically, somebody told me, and this was after years of having diabetes, somebody told me diabetes is a dehydration disease. And it really does make total sense, because you're constantly thirsty because you don't feel like you have enough hydration, right? You're constantly peeing out the hydration that you're putting in. You lose weight without trying. Now, I know a lot of people I've talked to have also gained weight without trying. Um, like for me, fortunately, I lost, but it can take years for you to even show signs or symptoms of diabetes. And I totally think I had it for years before I ever. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. Hi, Anna Lynn. Good morning, Lilith. But I know I had it for years. I had 2 miscarriages, and there was no reason they could find for the miscarriages. And I really think it's because I had untreated diabetes. You're very hungry. You have blurry vision. You have numb or tingling hands or feet. You feel really tired. You have really dry skin. You have sores that heal slowly. And you have more infections than usual. I'm going to skip over the type 1 because type 1 really is loads different than type 2. Type 1, your body does not produce insulin at all. And they refer to it as childhood diabetes because you usually realize that you have type 1 early in life because your body's not producing it at all. So symptoms of type 2 diabetes symptoms often take several years to develop. Some people don't notice any symptoms at all. Type 2 diabetes usually starts when you're an adult, though more and more children and teens are developing it. Probably why they don't refer to it type 1 as childhood diabetes anymore. Because symptoms are hard to spot, it's important to know the risk factors for type 2 diabetes. Make sure to visit your doctor if you have any of them. So here, type 2 diabetes risk factors. You're at risk for type 2 diabetes if you have prediabetes. Hold on, let me catch up in chat. She's a Betasaurus Rex. Yeah, Jarella, that's true, and it's sad. Thank you, Carl. Okay, you're pre-diabetic, you're overweight, you're 45 years or older, you have a parent, brother, or sister with type 2 diabetes, you're physically active less than 3 times a week. If you have ever had gestational diabetes, that's a risk factor, or given birth to a baby who weighed over 9 pounds. So, boom, right there. I did not have gestational diabetes with my sons, my first 2 pregnancies. Then I had the 2 miscarriages. And then once I got diagnosed with diabetes and I got put on medicine within 6 months, I was pregnant and had my daughter. So that's why I really feel like that's what was wrong when I miscarried. But my firstborn was 9 pounds, 8 ounces. If you are an African American, Hispanic, or Latino, American Indian, or Alaska Native, some Pacific Islanders and Asian American people are also at higher risk. See, I didn't know that there were certain nationalities that were higher risk. If you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, you may also be at risk for type 2 diabetes. You can prevent or delay type 2 diabetes with proven lifestyle changes. That's prevent or delay. That doesn't mean once you have type 2 diabetes that you can cure it like Chantel did. You can't cure diabetes. It's something that will always stay with you. You always have to be, on top of it and like monitored and have regular blood work and everything like that because it can come back at any time. So those lifestyle changes include losing weight if you're overweight, eating a healthy diet, and getting regular physical activity. Your risks for pre-diabetes are you're overweight, you're 45 years or older, you have a parent, brother, or sister with type 2 diabetes, you're physically active less than 3 times a week, you've ever had gestational diabetes in a child that weighs over 9 pounds, and then the nationalities again. So I just wanted, I was 9.2, my son was, I was a small baby, but like I said, my first was 9'8", and he had 9 broken ribs because his delivery was so hard. My dad is a diabetic, but his is controlled, so he is only prescribed half a tablet of it. Good for him, Anna. That's great. Hi, Big Petty. Good for you. Congratulations. My husband is doing so well. The dietitian said his glucose was the most stable she's ever seen. Oh, that's wonderful. See, I know my next A1C is going to be a mess because I'm on Trulicity, which they cannot get into the pharmacy. There is a federal shortage and back back ordered for like all the pharmacies and stuff here. So so my doctor called me in a different prescription, and that one is also on back order and is a federal shortage. Any of those medicines that you take like a shot once a week or whatever that also are supposed to help you lose weight, all of those medicines are like almost impossible to get a hold of now because they prescribe it to people just to lose weight. So then, you know, there's diabetics out here that can't get the medicine that we need. Oh, wow, Arrow. Yeah, see, that's why, like, they tell us, which I don't think that Chantel's going to follow. Like, they tell us we should have the flu shot every year. They tell us we should have the pneumonia shot. I think that's like every 3 years. Um, there's, you know, a lot that goes with taking care of it. And I don't see her being disciplined enough. I want to say disciplined at all, but definitely not enough to, you know, to follow all those guidelines. My coworker is on Trulicity. Can you get Rebelsis? Let me write it down. Because I feel bad bothering him. And I asked him last time, what do I do? Because when he called me in the Mounjaro, he said it's probably going to be impossible to get that one too. And I said, so what do I do in the meantime? Just wait it out? And he said, yeah. He said, luckily your sugar levels are, you know, really controlled. So, you know, it shouldn't be that bad. But there's really nothing that can be done. You just have to wait for it to come in. I will never take Ozempic. It causes double the front cells around the heart and double the fat cells in your body. And when you go off, you blow up twice as big. See, I kind of feel like anything like that is especially if you're prone to being overweight. I feel like any of the, because to me, that's a gimmick. I'm on it because I'm diabetic. So, and it hasn't made me lose weight, probably because I am diabetic. I don't know. But I definitely notice a difference off of it. Like I'm hungry all the time. I watch my weight very strictly and my diet, and I am a gym rat. I do not want type 2 since it's so prevalent in my family. See, that's my husband's entire family has type 2 Jarella, and he's like one of the only ones that doesn't have it. And he's not, like, he doesn't eat healthy. Lucky that if he does eat, I have to like give him a plate to get him to eat. Um, he doesn't exercise per se, but he does because he walks all day long. He can't sit still, and we have like 12 acres, so he walks constantly. He'll come in the house for 10 minutes and then he's up and back outside. He just can't sit still, so he does get his exercise that way. And he was overweight until he got sober. Now he's like back to how thin he was when we were dating. She's not even disciplined enough to cure fruit flies. It's the fat cells doubling around the heart. Nope, heart attacks off my family. Plus, I had one already. What was it? I heard that it was causing gastroparesis. Not the Trulicity, but Ozempic. And see, that's another thing. Now, I don't know, are all these other similar drugs going to end up, you know, with that same stuff coming out about them? It's the fat cells. Oh, I already read that. I'm looking for that information on PubMed and can't find it. See if you can find this stuff about gastroparesis, Jarella. I know I've heard that several times, that it can cause that, which is horrible. Gastroparesis is awful. Diabetes causes gastroparesis due to the nerve damage. They're in the same class, yes. She gets Coke Zempic from Koki. You've been type 2 for 15 years. That's about how long I have been, Carl, because my daughter is 15. And like I said, I got pregnant with her. So about 16 for me. I got pregnant with her. And then within 6 months, I got treated for my diabetes. And within 6 months, I got pregnant. My husband had gastroparesis. It's gone away now, despite him being on. Wow, Jarella, that's horrible. Gastroparesis is so awful. Okay, I'm gonna, whoops, wrong. Let me pull up Foodie.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
We do not want to listen to Cameo.
Of me being in the hospital yesterday. So I was in the ER for, sorry for the sun dust, for
Hi, Bear.
12 hours. So here's what happened.
I
So
thought though that ER visits are 20 plus hours. That's what she told us originally.
I had a eye doctor appointment. So I went to the eye doctor appointment, and then, as I was pulling into the driveway, I felt dizzy, and I noticed I was a lot more dizzy, and like my vision was more
I am Big Petty. That's okay, Merbear. You talk when you're comfortable. I don't mind you lurking. She looks like a deployed airbag. You can get Ozempic shots at spas and plastic surgeons here, just for cosmetic weight loss. Yeah, see, that's insane, Jarella. That, if they were able to somehow monitor it so that when there's a shortage, only the people that, need it, like, that are diabetic could get it or something. But that's ridiculous that they're prescribing it so much that we can't get our diabetic medicine. Metformin tore me up and I never could have just to it. So they took me off and put me on the other stuff. Thank you, Nick. Her spirit animal is Jiffy Pop. I go back and forth from giving one-liners and just, so that's okay. I'm the same way, Merbear. Like, I'll usually when I go into a chat, I talk for a while in the beginning, and then I kind of like settle down and just sit and watch, and I'm pretty quiet. You don't even have to be overweight. There is a doctor on staff that will just prescribe you a shot. What, the metformin? Big Petty, I haven't had trouble getting my metformin, but I get 3 months supply, so that could be why. Yes, Merbear. And it's kind of like my alone time if I have a chance to sit down and watch. So it's like my time to relax. Thank you, Jarella.
blurry than usual. And then during the exam, they had to put these contrast eye drops in to see behind my eyes, and it made my vision even more blurry. So I had to wait in my car to even drive.
Yeah, all of those ones, Big Petty, are on a national shortage. I don't know all the names of them, but I know Trulicity, Ozempic, and that Mounjaro. They're all on a federal shortage. Yeah, me too, Jarella. That's the first thing they put me on, and I've been on it all these years, and it's always been fine for me.
And I noticed that the dizziness wasn't going away. The blurry vision went away enough that I could drive. So I thought, I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Did she not do her thumb trick? So there was no lipstick on her teeth?
And I'm going to get checked out because, here.
Because if I go to the hospital, maybe I'll get my way and everything will be done extremely fast and I won't have to wait and go through the hoops that they're telling me I have to go through. Hi, fried plastic. Hey, her doctor is going to take away her driver's license soon. They do that in Canada. Oh, really? Metformin made my bowels so bad I was literally peeing out my butt. And after a month and a half, I told them, get me off it while I was going to quit taking it. And they switched me. See, that's how Ozempic was for me. I felt like I had the flu, like all the time. She can't. No, whoa, no butt water. He speaks on the safety and efficacy of all the weight loss drugs. Chantel mentioned something about hypoglycemic. Does anyone think? Oh, yeah. Hypoglycemia is just high blood sugar. When you're diabetic, you tend to lean toward one or the other, like hypoglycemic or hyperglycemic. So all that means is that her sugar was dangerously high. She should be between a 7 and an 11, I think, and she was at a 23. So like for our numbers in the US, she was at 414. And even after giving her 2 doses of insulin, they got it down to 200. Hypo is low, hyper is high, right? So yeah, I definitely believe she was hypoglycemic because look how she's been eating since she got there. On one hand, she's telling us that she came to Canada to get her health, right and on track and everything. But then on the other hand, she's telling us, I'm doing a whole series on comfort foods and my favorite places in, like, what? Hi, Mia. Right. Here, let me put that up there for anybody that gets confused. Kind of makes sense. Like hyper is to me, it makes sense the way my mind works. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Murbear. They call that, right, diabetic ketoacidosis, which can send you into a coma. She says in here that the nurse told her that if she had not come in when she did, she could have very well have gone into ketoacidosis.
Horror stories about diabetes, ketoacidosis, hyperglycemia, going into diabetic coma. So I decided to.
Irma, are you one of those people that can do that though and it doesn't affect you and you don't gain any weight? I'll gain weight looking at that cookie.
Emergency because the walk-in clinics were pretty full for the day, and I don't have a family doctor. There's a wait list, okay? So in Ontario. So I went to the ER and they have all my files.
Nothing for her to go there because they let her go. They told her follow up with your family doctor, which she still does not have. They didn't get her into a family doctor, make an appointment for her anywhere, nothing. So it really didn't fast track anything for her.
There already, so that's good. It didn't look too busy when I got there. Honestly, I thought it was going to be kind of in and out kind of thing. They would prescribe insulin or something. That's what I thought, and I would get to go. So no, I told them my symptoms. She pricked my finger, took my blood sugar. It was 23. I'll try to put the conversion here somewhere in MGDL, but that's MMOL. And it's that's very high. So they were surprised how high it was.
Exactly. So, she's like, do you really think she went to all of the clinics? She says all of the clinics were packed for the day. Do you really think she drove to all of the clinics? No, she's Chantel. She went directly to the ER because she's special.
Then she said, okay, she took all my information. She said, now we're going to have you register. So I went to register. They give you that arm bracelet thing. So then ECG, I think it's ECG tech came and said, we're going to do an ECG. So they take me to this little room, like ECG. I guess they're just trying to rule everything out. They hooked me up, did the ECG. Then I had to wait in the waiting room, and I was waiting for a long time, and I was just like,
yep, Irma.
I saw groups of people
and
that I know
apparently it
registered
didn't work
after
this
me.
time. It apparently didn't work because she walked out of there with nothing. No appointments, no doctor, and no prescriptions.
Go before me, okay? Now, a little cute French, and I'm French Canadian, so I can make fun of the accent. I'm not making fun, I'm just going to try to imitate it because, it makes the video more interesting. I don't know. You can laugh at me. No, but she came by and she was a volunteer. You know those like cute little old lady volunteers that are so nice? And she said, well, you've been...
Just little old ladies, guys. Only little old ladies, cute little old ladies volunteer at hospitals.
Waiting here a lot, eh? And I said, yeah. And she said, what's your name? I will go check. I said, Chantal. And she knows how to say my name because she's French Canadian. So she said, oh, Chantal, salut, okay. I will go check. I will come right back. So she came back and she said, they didn't forget you, but they're waiting for your ECG results to figure out where to put you. Because there's different areas of the emergency, okay? There's urgent care, which you have to follow the yellow dots for, which is like minor things.
Hey, Tracy, it's good to see you.
And then there's observation, and that's if they need to monitor you.
Exactly,
hook you up.
How dare they be actively dying and get in before me?
Monitor you and stuff. Follow the green dots, and then there's emergent care. Follow the blue dots, which I don't even know what that means. So, anyways, after a while, I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. They haven't called me. Sure enough, the minute I sit down on the toilet seat, they call my name. So I have to hurry up. And I go out, I'm like, yes, me. So the nice lady, she's like, follow me, I show you where you go. And so I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Sure enough, I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Well, to my surprise, I was asked to go to observation.
That was a little bit of a mess up in editing. I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. And then there's a jump cut. I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Hi, Terry Lynn. Good to see you.
So I was getting a little worried. They're waiting for my ECG results. I have to go to observation. But they did blood work while I was waiting in the ER waiting room. Actually, they did blood work and hooked up an IV, just in case they need to draw blood and give fluids. All right. So I get to my room in observation. There's less.
Oh, Irma, thank you so much for gifting memberships. Hold on, let me see. I just pulled up my other chat because I didn't see it on the other one. Welcome, Carlotta, to the damn fam. Welcome, Jamie. Welcome, Anna Lynn. Some of you is welcome back. Welcome, Tucker. Welcome, Mia. Thank you so much, Irma. Welcome to the damn fam, everybody.
And intensive, and there's I have to put on a gown that didn't fit, so I had the gown half on, and then I just made sure to keep the curtain closed. And my nurse comes in, she's like, hi, I don't know why you're here, but I'll find out. I was like, all right. So I had to retell my story. You always have to anyways. They want to hear what you have to say. Asking me symptoms, all this and that. She hooked me up. My oxygen sat was 97, which is fine. My blood pressure was 135 over, I don't even know. And they didn't seem concerned with that. And so they did take some blood from they just put the tube into the IV thing and take the blood that way. Very convenient. Instead of sticking you all the time, So, my blood...
Is she new here? She acts like that's a new thing. That they did that.
Blood sugar started at 23 when I went in there, so I presented with the doctor came in.
I knew somebody was going to say that about her wristband. I was just thinking that. Although I do think she went. Hi, Lee. Good to see you.
resident doctor. She said, you have hyperglycemia, and she said if you didn't come when you did, I suspect that it would have developed into like ketoacidosis because of the symptoms you had. Now, my blood test came back that my blood wasn't acidic, but she thought that it could develop potentially into that. And so I said, oh, well, that's nice.
Hi, Holly.
That's not scary at all. Basically, I'm learning that diabetes is really no joke. So I do feel like an ass just laughing and having a good time eating plates of Chinese food the other day. Yeah, I do.
Michael. It couldn't have been an onion ring. An onion ring would not fit on her wrist.
Anyway, pardon my language. She
Oh, I didn't see peasant.
said we're gonna give you insulin and try to get your blood sugar down. We want it down below 15.
It's so good to see you.
So I said, all right. She said, have you been taking your metformin? I'm on something that's a different name than metformin. I said, no, because it makes me very ill and I haven't been taking it regularly. So that's a no-no also.
I don't say this sarcastically, but makes her severely ill equals I wasn't able to eat on it. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean that I think is definitely the case. I don't think she was deathly ill because she's kept on, she's kept up on her videos and her lives or whatever. She just couldn't eat on it, and that's what she didn't like.
So, she gave me my first dose of insulin, and then took a blood test about 20 minutes later. My blood sugar went down to 16.5. And then they did some blood work. I forget the name of the test. I'll have to put it here somewhere. Osmo something. That, because when you're diabetic, you urinate more frequent. But if you're not drinking, if you're dehydrated and not having enough fluid or something, it leaves like sediment in your blood. I don't know. So I was highly dehydrated from these blood tests. So they gave me some fluid and oh man, it wasn't on a pump. It was like a drip. So it was so slow. And I had to keep my arm a certain way or it would drip even slower. Anyway,
I'm so glad you did, Pleasant.
You can taste the saline in your body. Ugh. Oh well. Anyway, the staff was very nice. So I was, there for many hours at that point. And then they tested, my blood sugar. It was like 13 something. They gave me another dose of insulin. And then finally, by the end of everything, by the time I got home, I left with an insulin, with a blood sugar reading of 11. It was a lot better than 23, but still high. I was starving.
Yeah, I don't get that, Carlotta. I mean, I've had them take like 6-7 vials out of me at once, and it didn't dehydrate me. It didn't it didn't take like so much of my blood that I was like sick or anything like that.
Starving, like I felt really dizzy and nauseous though, but I was still hungry. Like, I was starting to feel a bit better, but I was so tired and hungry. It was like 12 hours since I've eaten. So the lady said, we want to give you something to eat to see how you tolerate it. So she brings this sandwich that was like, the hospital food is horrendous. I'm sorry. And you know what doesn't make sense to me? I mean, I know it's not a 5-star hotel, but like they gave me a turkey sandwich on brown, but it was like stale.
Did anybody see Perfectly Imperfect's post on Twitter? Let me see if I can find it. Because she showed where basically Chantel's second, not the first bankruptcy, but the second bankruptcy, it's not dismissed, but basically she set up plans, to rectify the situation, probably on a payment plan or something like that. So if that's the case, then Salah would be able to come over. So now now people think that that's what it, that's what she came back to do, was to, fix her credit or her bankruptcy with the country so that she could then sponsor him to come. Here, I'll look on this other tab. I have this on.
Pale brown bread with like one slice of turkey and butter on it. It was like gross. But I ate some of it because that was the best sandwich when you're starving, okay? They gave me water, so I ate that in the water. But then
You're
they gave
complaining about it, so apparently it wasn't the best.
me apple juice, like full sugar apple juice, and a full sugar, not diet, low fat, gluten free. It was a whole sugar loaded muffin, apple cinnamon muffin, and I'm thinking, I'm in the hospital in observation for hyperglycemia, and you're giving me sugar, because if I would have eaten that and drank the apple juice with it, they would be giving me more insulin, I'm sure. It was just so.
Okay, here it is. So it shows down here, discharge status conditional. So that means that she made some sort of effort to rectify the situation and probably got put on like a payment plan or something like that.
Weird. I was telling Salon, like, I'm here for hyperglycemia and they're giving me sugar. Anyway,
And I
so I didn't eat
can't wait.
that. I said, I'm sorry. She's like, hey, you don't have to. She's like, I didn't cook it, so I'm not going to be insulted. About the. I said, no, it's just that I'm just afraid to have something with sugar. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll take it away. So that was that. They just told me to stay. They didn't prescribe me insulin.
Well, and there's also conspiracy that Missy Moo is back in the picture because remember Missy Moo offered to sponsor Salah. So there's also people speculating that Missy Moo might be back in the picture so that would be her co-sponsor.
They told me to just stay on my metformin type of drug that I have from Kuwait, and to follow up with a family doctor, which I don't have, so that won't be happening. So I thought that's where my night ends. She comes in, she says, do you want to go home? Because I think they were going to keep me. And I said, I really want to go home. I'm so tired. I don't have my CPAP. I'm just sweaty from just laying in the.
Well, she says or said in this too, Lilith, that so yeah, I feel like a total jerk for sitting there, laughing, eating, plates of Chinese or whatever. And I was just like, so to me, that was like an admission that she was basically like laughing in the face of diabetes. You know what I mean?
In the little cot, my bottom hurts so bad, my lower back. Oh, I want to go home. So she let me go home.
Good morning, Maggie. Good to see you.
She let me go home. And I thought my night was over. So, she takes out my IV and everything. And I had to go to the parking garage. It's cold, it's dark, it's creepy. I'm on the top floor, the 5th floor of the parking garage. That's where my car's parked, because there was nowhere to park.
Did you guys see the driving video where she's just like, driving around showing us like, there used to be a restaurant there. There used to be a restaurant there. And oh, there's Burger King. And it was the oddest thing.
Came in, the parking lot was almost full. So.
Right. Tracy, why did they not take her to the ER? And why did no one pick her up at the airport? That was extremely weird to me. I mean, you have mom, the stepdad, the sister's husband or boyfriend, auntie. No one could get her at the airport? Oh, congratulations, Maggie. This is the last day my daughter has school before vacation. I know every other school is out. We always get crappy vacation time. I doubt she paid her taxes last April, and she hasn't saved anything for this April. Also, her second bankruptcy hasn't been discharged yet. Another speculation I saw is that basically his dad cleared up her other bankruptcy and paid for her to get back to Canada so that, she can get Salah over here. I don't know how true that is, but it's just throwing it out there. It's speculation. The whole Salah contract is coming to fruition. This was all planned from the beginning. Think his family is helping him money-wise to use Foodie as his springboard. Yes, that exactly.
I had to take an elevator. Parking garage elevators are one of the types of elevators I'm the most scared of. You guys know I have issues with elevators, claustrophobia. I got stuck in them before, so I have some trauma there. So I just started trusting elevators again, since where I live in Kuwait, we take an elevator, right? So, but I'm always with Salah. Anyway, so I go by myself. My phone is dead at this point because I didn't think I would be in the hospital for 12 hours, so I didn't plan right. All right, so the elevator comes, I press the button, and I can hear it like boom, 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 going through the levels to come in to get me.
I kind of didn't get this story because every elevator has an emergency button and a call button.
I get in, 5th floor, the doors close, everything's fine until I get to the 5th floor. I feel like a little drop. And
I'm sorry, maybe it's just me. I would not be prying open elevator doors. I'd be hitting the call button, but I would not be prying open elevator doors. That's scary.
I'm thinking, okay, it's just leveling out. The elevator has to level. Because as somebody who's afraid of elevators, I've watched many videos on how they work to help me like desensitize, to help me understand that, I'm going to be okay. The doors don't open, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just going to take a while to level. Some elevators do that. Nope, doesn't open. I'm stuck in the elevator, okay? I got stuck in the parking lot elevator, and I'm like, I don't have my phone. What am I going to do? It's freezing. It's not a heated elevator because it's in a parking.
That is definitely a possibility. Like she gorged and then went, and because I just totally believe that she went there thinking that it would expedite her getting treatment in Canada. Even though she's been gone for a year, even though she talked trash on Canada and on their health system and every other aspect.
Garage. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm in this cold steel metal box trapped. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I start immediately panicking, like that fight or flight response that I'm like, oh my gosh. My worst fear, I'm thinking, but I had to like reason with myself. Okay, my worst fear is happening. What am I going to do?
Morning, Glam.
And I'm like, okay, just stay calm. And I'm like, screw this. I took my hand. It was one of those doors that were split. They opened like this. So I just like pried, because I was on the 5th floor. I must have been.
She did.
So I pried the doors open with my hands, and it wasn't fully leveled. So I had to like kind of like step up a bit to get out. So I'm like, that's what happened. It wasn't leveling. So the doors won't open if the elevator's not leveled for, security features.
So let's pry the doors open. Security feature that it won't open. So let's pry them open, Chantel. What a dummy.
I pried those doors open, and they opened, and I got out anyways. Like, I'm never taking that elevator. I'm like, see ya! I actually verbally looked at the elevator and flipped it off. I'm not kidding. That was very cross of me, but...
Hi, Deb. Welcome.
I can't ever go back. It will remember that and trap me again. See how my dumb mind works?
Morning, Peggy.
Anyway, so that's my story. That was very scary, and I never want to go through that again. I don't want to pass away from this. Diabetes is just really...
I'm just saying, Michael, she probably was, after being in there for 12 hours and only having a yucky turkey sandwich, she probably was in a hurry to get out of there and get something to eat.
Not something to mess with, and I think I've fully grasped that, having gone through what I got
I don't know, Tracy, but you know what? She used to wear her seatbelt when she was in Canada before. So tell us you have gained weight without telling us you have gained weight.
Every time I think there's a new low and I get a health problem, I think, okay, this is it. But I think this is definitely it. And I can't in good conscience continue to eat crappy food, especially on the channel, knowing that I've just revealed to you guys how it affects my health. So I'm going to be focused.
Is she really saying that she will keep, that she will stay on track because we're going to keep her accountable? She doesn't care. How many times has she come on here and told us something and not stuck to it? She doesn't care.
Focusing on health journey and, just vlogs and being healthy.
Yep.
And,
Terry Lynn.
you could say, well, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose views. I don't care about that for one. But honestly, if you look at my videos, that's not true. My vlogs get more views than my mukbangs anyways. So I just want to share. I just want to help. If I don't care about how many views it gets. Like, obviously views are nice, but if I can help somebody and help myself at the same time, it's a win-win. All right. So thanks for listening to my story. I've just been very busy, but I hope to go live and do more content for you guys. Yada, yada, yada. So I haven't been feeling the greatest. And when you don't feel great, you can't really do much, So,
I will say, I always tell people, because people will ask how I knew I had diabetes or what, prompted me to get checked or whatever. And I won't tell you what prompted me to get checked because it's feminine, but you don't feel well. There's no, I read off the symptoms to you guys and everything. There's not a severe symptom that you're like, something's wrong with me. You just don't feel well in general. So it's hard to pinpoint.
Here's to hoping I get better. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I know. Could you imagine trying to get around? Well, I was watching Pulpy, and Pulpy was saying, she parked right by the front door. I think it was Pulpy. I don't know. She parked right by the front door of that restaurant, and she was out of breath walking from the restaurant to the car. And she's like, I ran to you did not run, honey. I'm sorry, but you did not run to your car. You walked slowly because there was probably a curb you had to go over too. But you walked slowly to the car, all of maybe 20 feet away from the door. And you were extremely out of breath. Hi, Chili. I was so tired and in a brain fog before. Yes. It's almost like you can't, I don't know. And the symptoms are very different like that, like brain fog, as opposed to peeing a lot. You know what I'm saying? They're not, it's really hard to go to your doctor and say, I think I have diabetes because of this or this. You don't really think of that because, and I know for me, what was causing me trouble is never anything I would have thought. Well, I'll just say it. I said I wanted it to be awareness about diabetes too. I was having reoccurring yeast infections. They'd treat me and I would immediately get one back. And so, I went to my OB, and because I was going to my family doctor for the prescriptions for the yeast infections. So she sent me to my OB/GYN. And as soon as she heard, what was going on, she suspected diabetes and did the blood tests for it. Pulpy is cute. Good morning, Diva. So good to see some of you. Well, I mean, it's so good to see all of you. You know what I mean? Huts. She looks great for her species. You think she drove or stopped by Dee Dee's? Really? Yeah, Michael, it's kind of funny you say that because when I was doing my thumbnail this morning, I was putting her head on, on the guy in the bed or whatever. And, and I was like, well, if I put it up here, then she has a neck. But Foodie doesn't have a neck, so I purposely put it down so you couldn't see the neck. Rumor is Natter got $500 worth of groceries and Chantel might have seen him. Wow. Knock on wood, I haven't had that trouble yet, and I hope I don't. I only had 2 in my life. Well, same. I had only had a couple too, Carlotta, and I could not get rid of them. I mean, I was racking my brain of, did we change laundry soaps? Did we change, shampoo or body wash? Or, I was thinking maybe it was the toilet paper we were using. Like, I couldn't figure it out for nothing. Hold on, Jarella. I'm going back to see what you said. Sitting around hoping doesn't do anything. Exactly. I'm not looking there, though. Twitter is being very dramatic and toxic this week, so I'm steering clear. I don't do a lot of Twitter. Did anybody watch Big Brother Reindeer Games? I loved it. I hope they do that every year. I loved it. About the RA. What's the RA? You only do 2 tubes? Sassy, hi. We saw the one candy bar from the previous day. I'm convinced there were many more in that Dollarama bag. Disgusting. Well, somebody just said, was it you, Tucker? Somebody just said, which could totally be the case. A lot of people don't think she went to the ER. I totally think she went to the ER, but Tucker had suggested maybe she purposely, filled up on candy and Chinese and whatever to make sure her sugars were really, juiced up so that she would get treatment. And again, it would expedite the plan for her to get into a family doctor and this and that. That could totally be. I kind of wouldn't put that past her. But also, even if that wasn't the case, we're not shocked that, she bought all her favorite candy and was visiting all her favorite restaurants. And like I said, one hand, I'm here to, get control of my health and to lose weight and get weight loss surgery and everything else. And then in the next hand, she's like, I'm going to take you guys to all my favorite comfort food places. Oh, it's an ad. Everyone complains. Oh, so rheumatoid arthritis. That's no joke either. Rheumatoid arthritis. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end that here today. Thank you guys so much. It was so nice seeing a bunch of you that I haven't seen. I was pretty much well done with Foodie, but I feel like her being back in Canada could get interesting. So it's held my interest this week. So that's why I was like, okay, let's do some Foodie. That's where it was mentioned on Twitter. Supposedly had a bag from a. Oh my gosh. Exactly, Tracy. Because first of all, you have to go through therapy and they have to, approve you like that your mind is in the right mindset to lose. And she can't stick to anything. And you have to lose before you even get the weight. They make you lose a certain amount of weight to prove that you're going to be able to do it even with the surgery. And I don't think she's going to be able to lose that weight. Oh, I won't, Jarella. I mean, I'm still gonna. In fact, I might end this and restart another one for crafting. But I'll still do my crafts. But I think I'm gonna be back to Foodie. All right, guys. I love you all so very much. Thank you, Irma, for gifting the memberships. Welcome to all the new members, and I'll see you guys next time. Love y'all. Bye.